Have you ever found yourself in the midst of deep loneliness, feeling that few can really understand your essence? Perhaps you realize that while others seem surrounded by easy relationships and connections, you are walking a different road, where true companionship is rare and financial difficulties are constant. This path, although arduous, is a transformative experience for those who have been called to something greater. If you feel that you have an inner light that sets you apart, and that around you people are moving away, know that this is part of a much deeper purpose. Here, we will delve into the unique journey of the so-called chosen ones. These individuals are like guides, endowed with a spiritual wisdom that sets them apart. In a world that values materialism, the struggle for money and power, the chosen ones represent something more subtle and, at the same time, grander. They are those who walk a path of self-discovery and spiritual ascent, but also those who face challenges such as loneliness and financial difficulties. Let's explore the reasons why many of these individuals experience these trials, and how, by embracing these experiences, they become powerful agents of growth and transformation. Being chosen means that you carry within you a unique energy, a light that attracts and pushes away at the same time. This light is what reveals the truth hidden in everyone who approaches you. People who have inner shadows, unresolved issues, or deep fears tend to feel uncomfortable in your presence. It's as if your energy serves as a mirror, reflecting the aspects of their lives that they would prefer to keep hidden. Throughout this video, we will understand why the chosen ones often find themselves alone, disconnected from deep friendships or meaningful relationships, and how this becomes an essential journey for spiritual development. Living in a world that idolizes material success and social connections can be a challenging experience for those with a higher mission. The isolation felt by many chosen ones is no accident. It represents a necessary stage of evolution, where the individual is called upon to strengthen themselves internally, away from superficial influences and energies that drain their vitality. This loneliness, although painful, is an invitation from the universe for you to become stronger, more resilient, and above all, more self-aware. Imagine yourself being a source of light in an environment dominated by darkness. Your presence naturally brings to light what many people prefer to ignore. People around you, when faced with this luminous energy, feel impelled to face their own fears, insecurities, and emotional wounds. For those who are not yet ready for this journey of self-knowledge, proximity to someone who possesses this intensity can be frightening. As a result, they tend to move away. The vibrational frequency of the chosen ones operates in a high sphere, which in many cases bothers those who are still stuck in patterns of fear, doubt, or superficiality. This vibrational mismatch manifests itself as an invisible barrier that makes it difficult to build lasting and genuine relationships. However, it is precisely this characteristic that shapes the path of the chosen one, because only those who are willing to evolve and face their own shadows manage to remain in your life. Your presence acts as a spiritual mirror. When you enter someone's life, your light exposes aspects that they are hiding from themselves, be it unresolved emotional pain, deep insecurities, or latent fears. Instead of seeing this as something negative, you should realize that your function is similar to that of a healer. By bringing these issues to the surface, you offer an opportunity for the other person to face and overcome their own obstacles. However, not everyone is ready for this transformation, and many unconsciously prefer to walk away rather than deal with the pain of self-confrontation. It's common that, throughout your life, you notice that relationships seem to be brief or intensely challenging. The difficulty lies not in you, but in the energy you represent. For many, living with someone who carries such an intense light is like being forced to look in the mirror without filters, a reflection of the parts they avoid facing. This distancing, then, is not a sign that you are wrong, but rather that you are on a spiritual path that provokes growth in others, whether they are ready for it or not. Many chosen ones realize that the relationships around them tend to be temporary, intense, and often challenging. These interactions, rather than being easy and fluid, turn out to be experiences that bring powerful lessons. This is because the chosen one is, by nature, a being who challenges the status quo and reflects the truth in an intense way. When you interact with other people, your energy is like a flame that illuminates not only the positive aspects, but also the dark corners that many prefer to hide. For someone who isn't ready to face these parts of themselves, being around a chosen one can be uncomfortable. It is common for these people to feel an inexplicable desire to distance themselves, or even to create justifications for avoiding closeness. However, this phenomenon should not be seen as rejection. In reality, it is a consequence of your powerful light that acts as a catalyst for transformation. Those who remain by your side, facing their own shadows and seeking evolution, are special individuals, committed to spiritual growth. Choosing to connect with you is, for many, an invitation to dive into a journey of self-discovery and healing. However, few accept this invitation with courage and willingness. As a result, the circle of relationships of the chosen ones tends to be small but significant. The people who remain are those who really resonate with their energy and are willing to face their own truths. One of the biggest challenges faced by the chosen ones is the energetic imbalance in interpersonal connections. As someone who possesses an intense spiritual light, you naturally attract people who often seek comfort in your presence, without being able to offer the same in return. Your energy is magnetic, and being close to you can be a comforting experience for many. However, not everyone who is attracted to your light is ready to give back in equal measure. This creates an imbalance where you are often the one who gives, while others simply receive. Over time, this pattern can become exhausting. You may notice that, after interacting with certain people, you feel tired, anxious, or even depressed. This tiredness is the result of an energetic imbalance, where those around you absorb your energy without offering a genuine exchange. These people, often unconsciously, see you as a source of light from which they can nourish themselves. This pattern ends up draining your vitality and leaving you emotionally drained. Faced with this, it's only natural that you become more selective about your company. In many cases, choosing solitude is a form of self-preservation and not an act of selfishness. For a chosen one, solitude is not just a preference, but a necessity. This period of isolation allows you to recharge your energy, strengthen your connection with yourself, and avoid relationships that leave you drained. Over time, you come to understand that true companionship lies not in the quantity of people around you, but in the quality of the interactions and the energetic reciprocity they offer. For the chosen ones, solitude is a fundamental part of the spiritual path. In a world full of distractions and superficialities, silence and introspection become valuable tools for self-knowledge and evolution. This time of isolation provides the opportunity to dive into your own essence, confront old wounds, and heal emotional blocks that may be impeding your progress. The healing journey is neither quick nor simple. It requires patience, compassion, and a willingness to face the parts of yourself that have been ignored for too long. Solitude offers a safe space where you can process your emotions without external interference, allowing growth to occur naturally. This process of self-discovery can be painful, as it involves facing deep fears and accepting aspects of yourself that may be difficult to understand or even accept. However, it is also in these moments that the greatest spiritual breakthroughs occur. When you are alone, free from external influences, you can hear the voice of your intuition more clearly and strengthen your connection with the divine. This period of solitude serves as a spiritual retreat, where you distance yourself from the distractions of the material world and get closer to the true essence of who you are. Each moment of silence and introspection prepares you for a new stage in your journey, allowing you to emerge stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your purpose. Like loneliness, financial difficulties are a common experience in the lives of the chosen ones. Often, these struggles are not the result of incompetence or lack of effort, but rather a consequence of living in disharmony with the prevailing material values in society. As a chosen one, you are guided by principles and values that transcend the desire to accumulate material goods. This can result in decisions that prioritize integrity and spiritual purpose over financially advantageous opportunities. In many cases, the chosen ones opt for jobs or occupations that bring fulfillment and joy, but do not offer high financial compensation. This pattern reflects the fundamental difference between the paths followed by the chosen and those who live according to the conventions of society. Their priority is spiritual growth and contributing to the well-being of others, not the accumulation of wealth. As a result, financial challenges are inevitable, but at the same time essential for learning and developing a new perspective on the true value of life. Economic difficulties also teach valuable lessons about resilience, creativity, and self-reliance. By facing these trials, you are invited to discover ways of thriving that are in harmony with your greater purpose. These challenges prepare you for a path where abundance is not measured by money, but by spiritual fulfillment and the ability to positively impact the lives of others. As a chosen one, you vibrate at a high spiritual frequency, which naturally creates a disconnect with the materialistic system that rules the world. Society often values financial success, status, and the accumulation of possessions as signs of fulfillment and prosperity. However, your spiritual path goes in a different direction. For you, true success lies in aligning with your essence, living a life that reflects your deepest values, and serving the greater purpose you were destined to fulfill. This vibrational disconnect creates a kind of energetic blockage, where traditional methods of generating wealth, such as climbing the corporate career ladder or investing solely for profit, may not resonate with your soul. You often come across opportunities that require you to sacrifice your principles or conform to society's standards, but your intuition tells you that these paths are not for you. This conflict is one of the reasons why the path of the chosen ones is not synonymous with financial stability. However, the lack of material wealth should not be seen as a failure, but as a call to create value in other ways. Your journey invites you to transform your skills and talents into instruments of positive impact, seeking ways to prosper that are in harmony with your life mission. This search for prosperity, guided by your spiritual vibration, connects you to an abundance that goes beyond money, encompassing peace, fulfillment, and purpose. Another important aspect on the path of the chosen ones is the financial blockages that can be inherited from previous generations. Many chosen ones carry limiting patterns about money and prosperity, passed down from their ancestors. These beliefs, which may be rooted in scarcity and fear, create an energetic barrier that prevents abundance from flowing freely into your life. So the financial challenges you face may actually be a reflection of unresolved issues in your family's energy field. As the chosen one, you have the role of healing these ancestral patterns and breaking the cycles of limitations that repeat themselves over the generations. This task is not easy and requires you to confront deeply ingrained, often unconscious beliefs that were absorbed during your upbringing. However, By dedicating yourself to healing these blockages, you not only free yourself, but also pave the way for future generations to thrive without the same limitations. This healing process requires patience, self-compassion, and an intense connection with your spiritual purpose. As you clear these barriers, you begin to notice a change in your relationship with abundance. The financial flow begins to adjust to reflect a new vibrational reality, where prosperity is guided by inner values rather than external pressures. For many chosen ones, financial difficulties are a constant and often painful reality. However, this experience has a profound spiritual purpose. Lack of material resources is not a sign of failure, but a way of learning. Instead of following the conventional path of accumulating goods and wealth, you are guided to understand that the value of a fulfilling life goes beyond money. This teaching is especially challenging because we live in a society that associates success with purchasing power, possessions, and status. This path of scarcity, which many chosen ones face, serves to teach that true security does not lie in money, but in trusting in divine providence. You learn to value what really matters and to identify what your true needs are. This understanding helps you create a detachment from materialism and develop a unique ability to create inner abundance. Through this process, you acquire a spiritual strength that prepares you for even greater moments of growth. For a chosen one, work and money need to be in alignment with their life purpose. Often you feel that certain opportunities for material gain simply don't resonate with your essence, leading to a path of financial independence that may seem more arduous. This discomfort with certain ways of generating wealth is not accidental. It exists so that you can look for a way to prosper that doesn't compromise your spiritual values, but is an extension of your life mission. Instead of seeking wealth for the simple security it offers, you are challenged to find ways to generate prosperity while maintaining your integrity. This balance may require sacrifices and often takes you on a slower and more challenging journey. But by staying true to this principle, you create a financial foundation that reflects not only your ability to generate resources, but also your resilience and your capacity to act according to your purpose. For many people, financial difficulties are rooted in energetic blockages and patterns inherited from previous generations. These blockages can be related to traumas of scarcity, limiting beliefs about money, or deep-rooted fears about prosperity. These energetic blockages are an inheritance you carry that prevents you from experiencing a financially stable life. The Chosen One's mission includes the challenge of breaking out of these patterns, healing these wounds, and paving the way for a new relationship with abundance. This healing process requires introspection, effort, and intense spiritual work. Often, you are led to question your beliefs about money and transform your view of what being prosperous really means. As these barriers are broken down, the flow of prosperity opens up in a way that is more in line with your mission, allowing you to live with a sense of peace and satisfaction. Being chosen implies redefining what it means to live in abundance. For you, true wealth is not measured by money itself, but by the value you are able to create for the world. Instead of focusing on simply obtaining wealth, you are encouraged to transform your talents, skills, and energy into something that brings positive impact to the lives of others. This value creation is what generates genuine abundance, where satisfaction and fulfillment are present in every effort you make. Over time, you begin to realize that this new definition of abundance creates an energy field that naturally attracts opportunities, connections, and resources. It's as if the universe responds to your sincere effort to live with purpose, bringing you the rewards you need to continue your journey. This path doesn't follow conventional logic, but is a flow of prosperity that aligns with your life mission and the need to serve others. In the end, the financial path of the Chosen One is an invitation to live a life of authentic freedom, where money is just a tool and not a goal. This financial freedom doesn't necessarily mean accumulation, but rather the possibility of living in alignment with your purpose, without feeling trapped by the need for material goods. It's a delicate balance where you find security in relationships, experiences, and the contribution you make to the world. For the chosen one, financial freedom is more about being true to what you believe in, without compromising your values for financial convenience. This authenticity creates an internal stability that keeps you steady in the face of difficulties and prepares you for any financial challenge that may arise. You learn to trust that the universe will provide everything you need at the right time and in the right way, allowing your spirit to grow in harmony with the divine plan. The financial struggles that the chosen ones face also have a deep spiritual purpose. They are tests of faith and trust in the universe. Walking a path guided by spiritual rather than material values implies trusting in a greater force, especially when the external rewards seem uncertain. This period of economic hardship is, in essence, a test of your spiritual resilience and your ability to trust that all your needs will be met. During these periods, you are invited to develop a deep trust in the divine plan and to understand that true sustenance comes from alignment with your life mission. This is a time when you learn to value spiritual abundance, that which is invisible to the eyes of the world, but which nourishes your soul and strengthens your essence. This trust is an essential lesson, as it prepares you to walk safely on your journey, knowing that, regardless of the circumstances, the universe will always provide according to your spiritual needs. This process is not easy and can be exhausting. However, by going through these trials, you become a stronger person with an unshakable faith and a solid spiritual connection. From this experience, you learn to listen to your intuition and trust the invisible forces that work in your favor, even when everything around you suggests otherwise. Financial difficulties are often seen as punishments or signs of failure, but for the chosen ones, they represent a stage of transformation. Just as the butterfly needs to go through the cocoon stage to emerge with its wings, you too are shaped and strengthened by these moments of scarcity. They challenge you to reevaluate your beliefs about prosperity and to realize that true wealth is internal and spiritual. This period of struggle is a temporary phase where you are invited to release old beliefs and develop a new vision of abundance. By letting go of patterns that no longer serve you, you begin to create space for new opportunities for prosperity, aligned with your purpose, to emerge. This process can be painful, as it involves letting go of old ways of thinking and adopting a stance of absolute trust in the path that the universe has mapped out for you. As you are reborn spiritually, your perception of what wealth is also changes. You begin to value authentic connections, personal growth, and the positive impact you can have on the world. Abundance then becomes a natural consequence of your journey, reflecting a life lived in harmony with your deepest values. One of the difficulties faced by the chosen ones is the feeling of being misunderstood in a world that values superficial aspects. Modern society tends to measure a person's success and value by what they own, the status they achieve, and the money they accumulate. As someone who sees beyond these appearances, you sometimes feel out of place because your understanding of life goes far beyond material conventions. While many seek external validation and the security of material possessions, you understand that true wealth comes from alignment with your soul and commitment to your spiritual purpose. This perspective sets you apart from most, and although it can bring moments of loneliness, it also gives you a depth that few can achieve. This wisdom, however, is not a burden, but a gift you bring to the world. A reminder that life has much more to offer than what can be quantified in figures. In the silence of your journey, you play an invisible but powerful role, that of guide to those who seek the truth. Even without realizing it, your presence brings a subtle influence that inspires others to reflect on themselves and question their choices. The energy you emanate, although often misunderstood, is a silent call that encourages others to seek something beyond the superficial. The chosen one serves as a kind of beacon, a reference point for those who yearn for something more meaningful in a world of appearances. It is common for people around you to feel drawn to you, but this attraction is not merely personal. They feel a resonance with your light, an intuition that you carry something of spiritual value. However, they often don't understand the reason for this magnetism, and when they realize that this closeness requires a confrontation with their own truths, they may prefer to move away. Your role as a chosen one is not to force these people to change, but to be the reflection that inspires them to grow on their own. The trials you face, whether financial, emotional, or spiritual, are not in your life as random punishments or obstacles. They are like pieces of a puzzle, part of a bigger plan that aims to strengthen your character and prepare you for the role you are destined to fulfill. With each challenge you overcome, you acquire a new layer of resilience, a deeper understanding of yourself, and an expanded capacity to empathize with those who also face difficulties. Pain, temporary failures, and losses teach precious lessons that could not be learned any other way. These challenges shape your character, develop patience, and make you learn to trust your own inner strength. The path of the chosen one is built not on easy victories, but on perseverance in the face of adversity. By facing these trials, you become a stronger person, more centered and more aware of your mission. One of the main foundations of the chosen one's journey is faith. Not blind faith, but a deep and unshakable trust in the universe and in your connection with the divine. In moments of extreme difficulty, this faith is what sustains you, reminding you that you are not alone and that everything that happens has a greater purpose. The chosen one is often called to trust in the invisible, to believe that, even in the most challenging circumstances, there is a higher force guiding and protecting your path. This connection with the divine doesn't just manifest itself in moments of meditation or prayer, but permeates your entire life. When you allow yourself to fully trust in this force, you realize that every obstacle you face is actually honing you, preparing you for something greater. Faith then becomes an inseparable companion, a foundation that sustains your journey and leads you towards your appointed purpose. Loneliness is often a constant in the life of the chosen one, but this doesn't mean that his role is isolated. On the contrary, your mission involves impacting the world and touching the lives of others in ways that you may not always realize. Solitude serves as a period of preparation and self-discovery, where you can develop the skills and clarity needed to fulfill your purpose. This is a time when you strengthen your convictions, deepen your wisdom, and polish the character that will allow you to be a positive influence in the lives of those who cross your path. At many times, you are called upon to balance introspection and service to others. As much as solitude offers the necessary space for your development, your mission also involves sharing this light with the world, inspiring and guiding those who are ready to receive this guidance. The journey of the chosen ones is not just an individual quest, but a task that involves contributing to collective growth. When you emerge from your periods of solitude, you are better prepared to be a source of wisdom and compassion. To tread this high path, the chosen one must free themselves from the bonds of the ego. In a world that values I and individualism, the chosen one is challenged to overcome selfishness and adopt a vision of life aimed at the common good. The difficulties you face are an invitation to abandon the need for external validation, to understand that your value does not lie in possessions, status, or public recognition. Instead, you discover that your true power comes from your connection with the divine and your ability to serve. By freeing yourself from the ego, you experience authentic freedom, a peace that doesn't depend on external circumstances. This renunciation of the ego allows you to live in harmony with your essence and the principles that guide your journey. This detachment is what makes you such a strong and lasting influence, because you become someone who inspires by example, not by imposition. Each challenge faced by the Chosen One carries in itself an inestimable spiritual value. These experiences, however painful, serve as seeds for the legacy you are building. The impact you leave on the world is not measured by the amount of wealth you accumulate, but by the depth of the lessons you share, the comfort you offer to those who suffer, and the inspiration you provide to those who seek meaning in life. The Chosen One understands that by transforming his own pain into wisdom, he is paving a path of hope for others. Personal struggles become the foundation of a legacy that transcends generations, an example that it is possible to live with purpose and resilience. The journey of the Chosen is a constant construction, where each challenge overcome adds a new layer of strength and purpose to the spiritual legacy you will leave to the world. For the Chosen One, true wealth is not found in external achievements, but in the inner peace that comes from living in tune with your mission. This alignment brings a fulfillment that money cannot buy and that material goods cannot replace. The richness of the soul is cultivated in every act of generosity, in every moment of compassion, and in every choice made with integrity. This inner fulfillment is what feeds the spirit of the Chosen One and keeps them steadfast on their journey, regardless of external circumstances. You discover that inner peace is the true measure of success, a state of contentment that nothing can shake. This is the greatest prize the universe has in store for those who follow their mission with dedication and love. Inner fulfillment is a treasure that accompanies the Chosen One, a constant reminder that life lived with purpose and authenticity is, in itself, an incomparable blessing. In the end, the Chosen One understands that every challenge, every moment of loneliness, and every financial struggle were, in fact, stepping stones on their journey of self-transformation. Instead of regretting the difficulties, you see them as experiences that have strengthened you and prepared you for the role you are destined to fulfill. The Chosen One's journey is ultimately a journey of love, a love that transcends the ego, goes beyond material limitations, and is rooted in the will to serve and enlighten the world. By embracing this journey with courage and faith, you become a beacon for others, someone who inspires and transforms simply by existing. The challenges you face are just preparation for a future where you will shine, fulfilling the greater purpose for which you were chosen. With each obstacle you overcome, you move one step closer to your true essence, finding in your own journey the strength you need to keep going. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share your experiences in the comments. See you in the next video.